technical. So before we begin, I just want to have an overview. I think we just have an hour and quarter is almost spent, so we have 45 minutes to do the presentation. So not to waste much time. So anyone, I just want one or two people, or I should just fish out and call people random. All right. So, Caleb, can you hear me? Hey, Caleb has left the meeting because I mentioned his name. Am I audible though? Peter, you are laughing. I mentioned Caleb's name and I left the meeting. Emily also. Emily, I hope you are also not leaving the meeting. This is not a classroom. This is not a classroom. Don't feel pressured. Just if you don't have any idea, there's no. You can just tell me you have no idea. But this is not a classroom. Don't feel pressured. This is not a classroom. Caleb, are you back? Emily, when you're about to talk, you can go ahead.
Uh, so a blockchain is where a block containing data, and it also has its own unique code at the end of every block. That's what I know.
Okay, thank you very much, Emily. That's a short, a brief description, and you are not right. Sorry, you are not wrong. It is actually correct. You are not wrong. Anthony, you can go ahead.
Hello, good evening. Can you all hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah, okay. For me, when we say a blockchain, for what I know, so a blockchain is a decentralized ledger that keeps all transactions which cannot be changed. So it's on a block. No one can go there to go and change it. So it is there forever. Yeah, that's what I know.
Okay, thank you, Anthony, and that's also correct. Just like you mentioned, block, like Emily also did. And Caleb, I saw you opening your mic. Are you back to say something? Okay, so the question before I begin to is like,
Hello.
hello, Mr. Dura.
Yes, please. I just want to throw light on that as well.
All
From
right,
my
sure.
understanding, I am joining from Sierra Leone, SL.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Yeah, I do
I
understand.
remember you. I remember you.
All right, okay. Do you understand that it's more like a digital record book? Yeah, we are basically you stored some information. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you very much. And also, that's a short or a brief description of blockchain. So no one has given any wrong answer. So all the answer, you see, everybody is trying to answer in a different way, and all what they are saying to you, you can hear a simple word from everyone, which is block, and a word of probably decentralized or distributed ledger. That's what's probably we're hearing for them. So my question is, do we think blockchain is too technical from the current systems we are using, and is it too difficult for us to understand it? Anyone can share your view. That's the question I have. What's your view on that? Is blockchain too technical? Okay, Festus, is blockchain too technical? Okay, Basil, you can go ahead. Basil, I can't hear you. Okay, Jamin Love, you can go ahead.
Yeah, so can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Great. So I keep hearing it's a buzzword. I keep hearing blockchain. I know it can be used for lots of things, but it's still vaguely a mystery, you know. I feel like unless they're really into the space, getting to understand it properly is a bit difficult. So I don't know if it's technical. I don't know how non-technical people can work on the blockchain, but I'm curious about it.
All right. Thank you, Jamin Love, and thank you for being sincere with us and sharing your. So that's the reason why I'm here today, and I hope by the end of this session, we are all not going to say blockchain is too technical, it's too advanced, it's something beyond my level, or probably something. Let me just stick to my WhatsApp and my Instagram and my Snapchat. So, Mr. Dura, please you have something for us. You can go ahead.
Yes, basically, I don't believe that it's kind of technical because looking at it as a platform, you know, for different crypto whatnot as an integrated platform where you can is trusted. So for me, I don't believe it's that of technical part of it, but even though it actually involves some technicality because you need to get the knowledge to use it as well. So, but yeah, for now, that's all I can say.
All right, thank you, and that's a great contribution from you too. So we have two contributions. One is saying he has heard of it, but he still sound buzzy in his ears, right? Like how to use it and other stuff. But he actually knows something like that exists, but not tried it, and he doesn't know how even if people who are not technical can even use a blockchain. And we also have Mr. Dura saying he doesn't think it's technical because of you mentioned cryptocurrency, right? Or
Yes, I do.
yeah, cryptocurrency, and it is trusted and transparent and other stuff. Yeah. So I want one last person. What's your view? Do you think it's too technical? And who here that this is the first time probably I hear about blockchain? Please can you raise up your hand? Please, Mr. Basso and Jamie, you can lower your hands. Okay, Valeria, go ahead. This is the first time you're hearing about blockchain. So tell me what you are visioning about or what you are expecting at the end of this session.
Okay, so I'm expecting to be educated on blockchain because when I heard about it sounded like a difficult part of tech. So I just want to know more about it.
Oh, okay, cool. Thank you for sharing your insights for us. All right. So thank you all for everyone who made contribution about explaining blockchain and those who also contributed about whether it is technical or not technical. So now let's dive into blockchain. This is going to be more beginner friendly, just like learning SOSO GeoGo, right? So that's probably what you're going to do. So after this session, the moment you hear block, this session is like the building blocks or the foundation of every blockchain that exists out there, all right, or the main idea behind blockchain. So I'm hoping after this session, once you hear blockchain, it doesn't sound like should I say Korean movie that you need a subtitle to understand, or an Indian movie that you need a subtitle to understand. To sound just like a normal movie for you that once you are watching you can understand it. It should even sound like Charlie Chaplin, right? You don't even need sound to understand. So probably at the end of this session, that's what I'm hoping for everyone to understand. So what is blockchain? Some made mention that it's a decentralized digital ledger, and some were talking that it makes use of blocks which are connected. So basically, there are so many definitions for blockchain. So this is not a school, right? So we don't normally just depend on a particular explanation, or how do we say, to something that if you don't write it, meaning you are wrong, right? This is not something like how do we call them? It's not a principle. It's no principles. You're supposed to write it the way the principle goes. Some of these economic principles, the law of diminishing marginal returns, those who went to science, force, those kind of stuff, right? There are some stuff that you're supposed to write. Once you don't follow that principle, you are wrong. Or whatever you read, although what you are writing is probably wrapping around it, still they mark it from you because they want you to write exactly what is from the textbook, right? But in the outside world, when you're talking about blockchain, the most important thing that probably for people to understand blockchain is using this. It is either you use decentralized, it is a digital ledger, right? and across multiple computers, right? So this is what explains what a blockchain is, right? So you can go ahead and add the data transparency, which we made mention of, right? Security, which someone made mention of, immutability, which Anthony made of that you cannot change, right? And each transaction is stored in a block. I think who mentioned? I don't want to forget the name. Who said that? Emily, were the one who said that, right? Yeah, so Emily was like, everything is in a block, right? So there basically blockchain is a decentralized ledger, right? That's record transaction across multiple computers, ensures that there's data transparency, security, and immutability. Each transaction is stored in a block linked to form a chain, right? So so let's use our traditional stuff, right? Oh, what's the name of this app? I've forgotten. The app that you can write on top of it. Sorry, I'm not remembering this application. I actually wanted to use. So since I'm not getting it, so blockchain is like, it's like an
Did
X.
you mean Freeform or Figma
Is
or
it
something?
free? No, no, no. Like, you see, you can use your pen on it, and you can just be drawing stuff like on it. So since I'm not getting it, let me use Excel. Since I'm not getting it, let me use Excel.
Are you talking about Notepad?
Yeah, is it Notepad? No, this Notepad it's not possible to do that. It's not possible to do that. So let me use Word. X.
OneNote.
Well, it's okay. It's okay. Let's ignore that. So let's say this, right. So we heard of blockchain. We saw digital ledger. So we store it's a digital ledger, right? That stores transaction across multiple computers. Please, Jeffrey, can you mute yourself? Jeffrey, meeting host, please can you mute Jeffrey?
Alright.
Thank you. So let's take Excel, right? So looking over here, we see what it is stored across what multiple computers, right? So let's take this Excel, right? And this your mama shop, right? This your mom or your mother's shop, right? So this your mother's shop. Then so we have Monday, maybe mom made 3,000 Ghana cedis sales. Tuesday she made four 4,000 Ghana cedis sales. And then Wednesday she made 3,500. She made 3,500. Then we have Thursday. she made let's say 2,000, right? Then probably Friday she made 5,000 Ghana cedis. So you see these entries that probably in your mother's shop that you are entering, right? So take this thing as a ledger, right? So this is a ledger. So probably those of you who have done accounting, you know what a ledger is. So take this as a ledger, right? More like bookkeeping, right? So you are using this to track everything that your mom is making from a shop, a daily sales, right? So you have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, right? But this data have cheapened over here. I can later just come here, change this to 1,000, right? Then maybe I'll still mama 3,000. Do you get it? Do you get what I'm trying to do? Right? Do you understand what I'm trying to do? You can give me a thumbs up, right? Yeah. So I change this, then I'll take that money from. Then probably she didn't have this record anywhere to verify. So once I change this thing over here and I take the money from this thing, she comes over here, she just sees this and she sees that that's amounting what she has in cash, right? But she probably remembers, no, I made more than this. But there's no way you can go and track what has happened, right? It is the money has been stolen and it is gone, right? So imagine if mom was having this same thing, right, on a different computer, right? This same data. So if I should come here and come and change this thing from the 4,000 to 1,000, if she open it on a different computer, it is still 4,000 what over there. So this make it easier for her to know there has been some error in the transaction. You get it? Or there's been some error in the data. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? So there has been some error in the data, right? So that's basically when we say a distributed ledger across different computers, right? So blockchain database is not being centered at one particular place where only one person have full control over the database. It's a group, multiple nodes across the world, that there are multiple computers that are distributed across, right? And same data is being stored on every computer, right? So if you change something over here, probably you think you have the database, so you are changing something over here. So when once you do that, because the data is also being stored somewhere, it's going to be difficult for you to do that. It can be easily say no, you are trying to do something fishy. So if this thing, so to make it better, if this thing is on if it's on two computers, even it will be difficult for you to know whether this is right or this is wrong. So if it was on, let's say, three or four, and if the other three computers are showing 4,000, 4,000, 4,000, and the first computer is showing 1,000, you know that whoever is entering that data has stolen money from you, right? Hope you get what I'm trying to say. You know that whoever is in hold of that thing has stolen some money from you, and it is easy to get such people, right? So that's the reason why even in banks and other stuff, once you write some transaction record and stuff, they keep recording it multiple times. It's because of these issues. They also record it multiple times so that people, but even with that one, it is still human writing everything there, it is still prone to errors. But with the blockchain, that everything is straightforward on the internet, and these databases are not being centralized by people. It's that's what open is to what we call the decentralized, right? So that's what we see as decentralized digital ledger, right? And it ensures the data transparency, security, and immutability. So one thing about blockchain is that even the blockchain is immutable. So once you try to even immutate the what makes immutability is this. Once you try to change it, the other database are not ready to accept it. So it makes it impossible for you to mutate the data that has already been stored. Right. And they are every transaction is stored in a block, like we made mention. That's the reason it's called blockchains. So transactions are stored in block, and once the block is full, it keeps creating new blocks, and these blocks are linked together. So because they are linked together, that's what we call it blockchain. Because each other transaction is in a block and they are linked together, that's what forms a blockchain. So probably those who are computer science students, you know of link trees and other stuff. You know link trees, right? Those who are doing computer science, I don't know, or those who are yet to come into tertiary to come and do computer science. Probably when you are doing data structures, you learn about some of these stuff. So let me not go deeper into that. So just assume that it is bulk. Although we are recording it in the distributed ledger, right? Every transaction. So let's take Monday 21st was a block. To that Monday 21st, that being a block, any transaction that occurred on Monday 21st is under that block, right? Then a new block will be generated for Tuesday 22nd, right? And all data that is being stored in Tuesday 22nd is a block on its own, right? But it does not stand separately on its own. The Tuesday is being linked to Monday, right? To show that it's a continuous data. So do you understand what I'm trying to say? So that's what makes it a blockchain, right? So basically, it's more like a decentralized database, right? Instead of relying on these centralized databases. So that's what the blockchain does. That's what creates what we call the transparency, right? That's what leads to the data transparency. Because, and one thing is like blockchain data is not just seated somewhere that only one person has access to or something, right? If I should go to any blockchain scan right now, any transaction which is happening over there, I'm supposed to see it. So let's say I go to Etherscan, Etherscan. So this is Etherscan, right? And this is, you can see 9 seconds ago, 9 seconds and 3 seconds ago. So these are people interacting with their blockchain at this very moment, right? They are interacting with this particular blockchain. So if I should go over and go to transactions, you see 14 seconds ago, 14 seconds, 14 seconds, right? And these are recording transactions that people are doing. This is a block. You can see the block number. This is the age of the transaction that just occurred. From and the to. So the from is the sender and the to is the recipient, and the amount the person is. So this transaction, this person sends money to this address, right? And this is the money the person sent. We can verify it over here. So once the person has sent this money, there's no way you can go back to the blockchain and you go and change. Probably you were supposed to send 1 ETH and he sent this more money, and you want to go and alter the number in the database. There's no way you can go and you go and change this number to one. It will not work. Do you get what I'm trying to say? It will not work. You are trying to cheat the system, because this transaction you are seeing over here has been recorded by plenty nodes. Plenty nodes have recorded this transaction. So this is a transaction hash. If I should expand it, you can see what has. So you don't need to for. I'm just trying to tell you that how the data is accessible by everyone. That's what we call it transparency, right? I can come over here and come and verify transaction people are doing, right? But can you go to WhatsApp database and go and see what you are doing? Other people are doing. There's even no need for you to see probably the message, but there's no way you can go and verify that someone did this, someone did that, or even our normal even Momo transactions. It's not even easy to access your own Momo transaction that you've done, or is it easy to access it? You are supposed to do statement and other stuff, which is annoying. You get it? Imagine you need your Momo statement for something, and you're supposed to go and pass through all straight before you get it right. But with the blockchain, you go over there and everything's over there. So any kind of Momo transaction people are doing is there. People can go and see it, right? So that's what the blockchain does. That's the transparency aspect of the blockchain. And every blockchain has its own, right? Every blockchain has its own. So Etherscan is the one for Ethereum, right? So some brief history about blockchain. Probably we think blockchain didn't just start today, and it did not even just start 1991. It didn't even start 1991, right? But one thing about scholars is like the first person to write it down and other stuff probably has been upgraded to some stuff, right? Yeah. So and the first concept was introduced by Stott Eber and W. Scott. So they were those who thought about blockchain being some kind of a decentralized. Although they didn't implement it, but they thought of something like that existing in the future, right? Where there are temper-proof transactions that people cannot just go and alter the state of the of data like how it happens in Web2 platforms, right? So they thought, and in 2008, and the invisible Satoshi Nakamoto, whether it is an individual or whether it is a group of people, brought out the Bitcoin and blockchain technology, right? And one good thing that the Bitcoin blockchain technology did was like it erased third parties. So any Bitcoin transaction, there's no third party, right? So if you should see this, you can see it is from there's no third party between them. I hope you can see that. There's no third party between the transaction. From and the two. From and the two. There's no third party or intermediary over there. And there's nothing like border stress. It is not even easy to take your Momo number and send money to someone in Nigeria. You're using MTN Momo. It's not easy. You're supposed to go and pass through some routes, go and sell. Even now, it is now that they're integrating countries, and even with it, that's a lot of charges, right? But when I'm sending Bitcoin to someone anywhere in the world, does not care whether you're located in Japan, whether you're located in Germany, whether you're located in Australia. All I need is your Bitcoin public address, right? And I will send the transaction to you. And within seconds, you are supposed to receive it, right? And there's nothing in the blockchain like because you are in this country, the transaction fees for that is $10, and because you're in this country, the transaction fees for that is $50. No, wherever you are, it's the same gas fees that we are going to pay, right? So if I send you this, that's the gas fees probably I'm going to pay. There's nothing like treatment in localities. So that's one good thing about the blockchain, and it is also opens the world to a more global forum, right? So it's such a way that people can go there and so one thing people don't like about the blockchain is like it's too transparent that if I know you and I know your wallet address, I can know the money in your wallet address, right? So if I should go to the scan like this person is a recipient. If I should expand this person's wallet, I know the person's wallet balance, and this is the person's wallet balance. Hope you are seeing it, right? And this person is having 47 eats, and that's a lot of money. You see, I can see the person's balance, what the amount of tokens they are holding and other stuff. But it's a public address, it's not a name, so I don't know the person. I don't know who is behind that account. You can only view it, you cannot do anything with it. It's not your money. It is just over there for transparency. Right. So if I should know that person, if I know you are my friend and this is your wallet address, I can go in there out and tell you I'll be tracking you. Hey, Akwawe Eshen, when I'm 50 cities come, man. You see, that's some stuff of of the blockchain, right? That's one thing people don't like about it, because people can track you. If I know you, you are my friend, and this wallet address. Imagine this guy is your friend, right? And this is wallet address, and this guy is having 189,000, almost $200,000 in his wallet, and you ask this guy for $100, and he tell you, bro, I'm broke. How are you going to feel as a friend? So that's the one transparency aspect of the blockchain that people don't like, right? People don't like it, but actually it's fun. It's fun to play. It's fun to play along with. Yeah. So when Bitcoin was introduced, Bitcoin was just for transaction, like you send and receive, and it's a cryptocurrency, and only 21 million Bitcoin is in existence. It's in existence, and will ever be in existence. There's no going to be more. So that's the reason why Bitcoin prices keep going higher, because the amount of in circulation is very very small, right? So the reason why our money that we use, which is called fiat, if I say fiat meaning your Ghana cedis, your dollars, your naira, your Kenyan shekels, or those kind of currencies are called fiat. The reason why that those currencies always devalue against these cryptocurrencies like is because our government keep printing money into the ecosystem. They keep printing money every day, right? But since Bitcoin was minted as 21 million, that's the only Bitcoin that has been in existence since 2008 to now. No Bitcoin will add up, right? But from 2008 to 2025, so I should tell you the amount of money that the government across the world have printed into the economy, you will be shocked, right? So that's one aspect of cryptocurrency, and that's what makes cryptocurrency actually prices go higher, right? Because we create more fiat and we go towards it, and demand and supply is what just pushes the price to go higher. Everybody wants to hold Bitcoin, and people just keep bidding higher prices for it, right? That's just some basic idea of why those coins they shoot up and other stuff, right? Although they were not created with the idea of this kind of stuff, right? Blockchain now is beyond cryptocurrencies, right? When it started, Bitcoin was just a cryptocurrency, right? So in the year 2015, Ethereum introduced smart contract. So who knows the founder of Ethereum? You can just open your mic and say it.
Vitalik Buterin.
All right, yeah. So Vitalik Buterin is some weird guy, right? He's some weird guy. If you, let me show you the guy to you, probably want to see. So this is the guy. When you see him, you think, yeah, he's almost dying. He's almost dying. So this is the guy, right? They were those who thought of smart contracts. Okay, Bitcoin is good, but we are just using it for transaction. Probably, and we could extend it. They thought of, oh, we can actually now build applications on top of the blockchain. Can build banks with blockchain to make banks more transparent, to make banks more global, right? So there's nothing like there's a restriction between a bank in Ghana and a bank in UK, right? If that bank is on the blockchain, they can access customers everywhere, right? With the same stuff. Nothing like customer in Ghana is having different tires, customer in UK is having different tires, right? So that's what led to the smart contract in 2015. And we started writing smart contract, just like the name goes, contracts. Who would like to explain contract to us? Like contract, just how what you understand when you say contract. Anyone? Okay, I'm mentioning the name. Caroline Amor. No pressure. If you can answer, just blessing Anto contract, like the normal contracts here in Web 2. Oh, you're signing contracts, Nenako contracts, those kind of stuff. Okay, Solomon, you can go ahead.
Yeah, hi. So smart contract is the digital contract where it's on a blockchain. So
No, no,
if
no, no. I'm not talking about smart contracts, just contracts. What we
on a
know.
contract, yeah. So there's an agreement between two uh, parties, two or more parties on certain amount of conditions that need to be met.
All right, thank you very much. So you can now go ahead and add smart contracts.
Okay. So for a smart contract, it's a digital contract that is on a blockchain that's executed automatically if a condition is met or terms are met as well.
That's very good. Thank you very much for the explanation. And that's a perfect explanation for what you have said, right? So contract is basically an agreement between two people, right? So the thought of the blockchain being like, oh, okay, now let's erase third parties or intermediary from anything that we do, right? Let everything just be between peer. So those of you doing P2P, P2P, peer to peer, just between you and a person, right? There's no intermediary between you. So that's what the contract does. So the contract only executes when a condition is met between the two parties in it. So that's what they thought about, and they actually brought out a programming language, right? And people started using this programming language to write smart contracts on the blockchain, right? So it's just normal writing codes, like using Python to write a code, using JavaScript to write a code, and other stuff, right? And then they started writing these codes on the blockchain that opens access to everyone in the world without anything like border restriction, like you're in Canada, you're in UK, you're in this. And this time around, there's no third party, right? If I create my bank or my fintech on the blockchain, there's nothing like it has to go and pass through Ghana government before you get access to the money. No, wherever you are, if I'm sending you money, you're supposed to receive it in no time. There's nothing involved with government and that stuff, right? So that's basically some of the stuff you can use smart contracts. And as we dive more, you will know that smart contracts actually have a lot of use cases, and it has evolved more. Blockchain has actually grown from the day it started. Smart contracts started 10 years, just 10 years ago, and I should tell you, DeFi applications that are actually making billions or even approaching trillions in TV, or meaning in just 10 years, this technology has grown so much, right? So blockchain is not using building on a blockchain is not even far. It's just 10 years ago that smart contract was introduced and people started building on a blockchain, right? So that's why we always say blockchain is the future, right? Because some of these platforms that we've been using, Snapchat, Instagram, they are all old stuff and they've been there for so long. And the world will be transitioning, right? The world will be transitioning. So you are supposed to position yourself for the transition that is coming. Else you see that you call yourself a Gen Z, but yet still you lack knowledge, right? You call yourself a Gen Z, but you still lack knowledge. Just like most of our parents now don't know how to use mobile phones, right? So you're supposed to position yourself, right? So that as this world is transitioning, you're also transitioning along with this. Else you'll be there and probably in the next 5 years, everything is being decentralized, blockchain, crypto, and you don't even know how to do it. And that time getting people to come and spend time like this with you is going to be difficult because everybody will be busy doing something else, right? Because nobody now will go and take his time and show you how to use Instagram. Who will do that? Nobody will come and teach you how to use Twitter. Nobody come and teach you how to use Facebook. We assume there are some basic stuff they are supposed to know. So what I'm taking you through now, probably somewhere later in the future, no one will be ready to come and sit and do these stuff with you. It's going to be assumed you are supposed to know it, right? So you have to stay positioned for some of these stuff, right? When the internet started, people were like, "Oh, it is a scam. It is this, it is that." Same as blockchain, but we've seen how it has been evolving over the years. So you are supposed to stay positioned, and it's not just for technical people. It's open for everyone. So you just have to get these basics and how to. Because if somebody is building a fintech application, meaning you are just a user, you're going to use it to make borderless payment and other stuff, right? Or yeah, so you are not interested in whether whatever they are doing or what you can as a user is have used it to make a payment, right? But what our interest is like, it is okay, it has shown I did this and it is immutable. Nobody can just go and alter the data, right? Nobody is in total ownership of something I've done. So that's basically some of these key points that you're supposed to know as a beginner. So let's continue. So present, it is being used in finance, it is being used in healthcare, right? If we say healthcare, that's our data about the health and other stuff. Right now, as for Ghana, that we are far behind. Most of our data, you go to hospital and they will still have to go and search for a folder. And if you see a folder room, and you even see like it's just a waste of room. This room could have been used for a room that we can place bed for other people. Then they've kept people who have even died 20 years ago their folder and it's over there, right? And it doesn't make sense. All these stars can be stored probably in a digitalized ledger that people can get access to, right? And people getting access to mean doesn't mean go and review the data out there. So one thing like blockchain is just to show a proof on the blockchain that this thing happened. It doesn't mean so some transactions are sensitive and you are not supposed to expose all the data on the blockchain. All what you're supposed to do is just show a proof that this thing happened. Like when I send you a WhatsApp message, probably there should be a scan that will show a proof that oh I sent uh, promise a message, right? But whatever message I sent, only promise can view it. Only I promise and I can view it, right? But there's a proof that shows that at 8:49 I sent a message to promise. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Hope you understand what I'm trying to say. Yeah, so and some of these systems are already even existing, right? It is not probably futurist or something. They are already existing, right? That just show a proof that something happened. But whatever happened is just between the two parties, right? But normal, most of the time, monetary transactions are okay, right? Because it's just normal money. But sensitive data are out of the box. Just a proof on a blockchain. Oh, this thing happened. Somebody triggered this. That's what helps to keep track of everything. And it is being used in education, and that's probably your certificate that you are using. Probably we can just make it put it on the blockchain, right? So that it is secured and we know it is forever on the blockchain, and you cannot go and change your F to A, right? Because once you do that, it's going to show that hey, you had an F but you're trying to change to A, right? And that's also another way, and there are a lot of use cases, just mentioning some few. We can use in governance. So government can use this thing to track how our districts and other stuff are spending our monies, or they will give you your money to go and make a road. Whatever happens, the government cannot really track it all, right? So that's how we can also use in governance and supply chain systems, right? Probably going to track how the supply chain systems are working, right? Because right now there's no way you can track how supply chain systems are actually. What probably they gave you 50 cartons of drinks to go and deliver. Wow, kululu, then you will only take 45. And it's going to be difficult for the supplier to see how the five goals was and other stuff. So we can store some of these stuff on the blockchain to transparency and other stuff, right? So that's how we can also use in the supply chain systems. So you can see there's a lot of use cases to it, and it's not just about crypto. You can actually use it with real world applications. So we've made mention decentralization, no single authority control the network, transparency, all transactions are visible to the network, and every blockchain has its own. This ether scan. I can show you the blockchain I use most. Where is their scan? So there to this their scan. If you go there, any transaction happening, it's supposed to show where you can see 4 seconds, 4 seconds. So somebody did this, somebody did it. If I should refresh, you see a transaction someone has. So this person called this transaction just 4 seconds ago, and you can expand to go and see whatever the person did, right? And same as this, you can also see the person's balance like the other one. So this is the person who sent the transaction. So and this is the person's balance, 11. The person is worth 1 million USD. So one thing about blockchain guys is they are rich. The person is worth $1 million, as you can see. So the next thing is we move to we've talked about the security. Uses cryptography to secure data. I'll dive more into this. Immutability, I'll dive into it. Consensus mechanism. I'll do a demo to explain it. So how the blockchain works, a user requests a transaction. Probably I want to send a message to someone. The transaction is broadcast to a peer-to-peer network, right? That's where there's no intermediary, just between two people, right? So the network validates the transaction using consensus algorithm, right? So let's say I want to send you money, right? So let's say like you want to send somebody Momo, and you have just 50 cities, you want to send 100 cities. When you send that, there's a backend system in Momo that actually go and check if you actually have 100 cities in your Momo, even with the charges included before it will allow you to send. Else your transaction is going to fail, right? Am I right? Can you give me an answer? Yeah, so that's how basically Momo. So if you say the consensus, that's what it actually means. It goes to go and check whether whatever you're trying to do, you actually have it in your wallet. You have this amount of money in there before you can actually interact with whatever you're trying to do. Right. So that's what it means. Then a transaction is added to a new block, like I made mention of. If Monday is a block, every transaction is Monday is going to be in that Monday block, right? Then if Tuesday, we record Tuesday transaction in Tuesday's block, right? The block is added permanently to the blockchain, right? So that block goes to the blockchain and it is permanent. There's no way you can go and change or alter it, right? And the transaction is complete and visible to all participants, right? So once you're a participant of the blockchain, you can go and you can see. So I think you refresh, people have made some transaction 4 minutes ago, 7 minutes, 17 minutes ago, right? People that interacted with this thing. So that's it. So you can see people always this should tell you that there are a lot of people what using the blockchain day in, day out, right? Day in, day out. If you go over here, if I should go back again, you will see seconds ago someone has used the blockchain. You see now, seconds. The person claims some token transfer. This person did a flash swap. The person swapped some tokens, right? And if I should open, you see what the person did. The person swap this to this, right? So day in day out, people are actually using the blockchain for. So that should tell you that. And this thing doesn't matter whichever country you are in. All you need is you just need a wallet. Then you connect the wallet and you are done. And when you are creating a wallet, they don't ask you anything. Wallet are automatically generated. Probably that's a topic that we probably will dive deeper on its own. They'll also be coming for the workshop on Saturday. And if you want to know more, you can join our workshop, Sri Ghana workshop. We'll go more deeper into it. Then we have the types of blockchain. We have public blockchains. It's open to everyone, like Bitcoin, Ethereum. There is Solana. There is Sui. There's Aptos. There's Avax, and there's yes, Celo, Base, right? And we have many public, just like the name for everyone. You can use it. And we have private. Some blockchains are private, right? Some yeah, it has restricted access. Not everyone can have access to it, and that's Hyperledger, right? Blockchain that's uh, one of the blockchains that's um, private. And we have consortium blockchains. It's being controlled by a group of organizations, right? So only them can have access to it. And we have hybrid blockchains that uses both the public and private models together, right? So these are some of the types of blockchain existing. But what we are interested in use most is the public blockchains, right? So public because public blockchain are actually the true decentralization, right? Having a private blockchain is still like having a private database, right? And having a blockchain controlled by organizations is just like still having Meta, Google, and other stuff. So hope you understand what I'm trying to say. It's still like still having Meta, Google, Apple still being in control of our data, right? So that's then application of the blockchain. I've made mention of finance. You can use it for cryptocurrency, cross-border payments, smart contract, healthcare, that's secure patient record, education, which I made mention of certification and transcript verification, supply chain, tracking goods and preventing counterfeiting, right? Government, transparent voting, right? We can even use if you want a proper voting system, you can use the blockchain for transparent voting system. So you can see the US uses electronic system to vote. So the US system of voting is more like a blockchain system, right? Probably every government is having access to it, right? So no one can alter anything, right? If you try to change something over here, the next government sees it, right? So imagine that we have a voting node, right? Whereby every party in the country is having a node to hold data, right? So whenever we are voting online, every party is recording it. So there's no way this party A can go and add 10,000 votes to it now. We'll go and fight over it in the court. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? That we are supposed to go and fight over it in the court for 4 years and other stuff. So these are some of the problems existing, and blockchain can solve it easily. But because politicians are not ready to use it because they know to go against them, they are not ready to adopt it. But in the long run, things are going to change, right? And we can even use it for land registration. There will be nothing like kind of say how do we call those people that are always beating people at lands? Land guards. There will be nothing like land guards for lands and other stuff. Once you go to a land, every if it is on the blockchain, oh you enter the land IDD number or something. Oh, you see though this land belongs to Kwesi Into. Kwesi Into bought this land on this date. You can go to the blockchain to go and check it, and even who Kwesi Into bought from. Blockchain to our fiat, which is the Ghana cities, right? And they are going to do it with these providers, MTN and other stuff. And these people have your data. Okay, we know in the long run, instead of sending the money over here, you withdraw it to your home. Your home. What did you use it for? These are some of the kind of transparency assets that you can use it for. And the challenges now is blockchain. Then now it's better, but blockchain then uses high energy consumption like Bitcoin, right? It uses proof of work and a lot of nodes needs to mine for this cryptography algorithm going behind the scenes for you to have this smooth transaction, hashing the data and storing it permanently on the blockchain, right? And blockchains are also having issues of scalability, right? Which many blockchains even now still have issues with scalability. If the whole world should say, okay, we've understood and we want to use blockchain cannot hold it your front, right? That's limited. But some blockchains now are better at it. But the old blockchains like Ethereum that started cannot actually hold it, right? It is not scalable. The more people come to use it, then their transaction fees become too high because it was not built with the idea of scalability. Then regulatory uncertainty. So now regulatory, this some of these issues people are having with blockchain. Even if you should check the recent stuff that the Ghana cybersecurity published about blockchain and other stuff. Now, if you are running a blockchain thing and you don't register it and you're using it, it's illegal. It can arrest you or all of unnecessary stuff, right? So that's some of the issues around government regulating this stuff. Data privacy concerns, like I told you, some people don't want their stuff to be on a blockchain. They don't want some stuff that it is probably private to them to be visible. Everybody will go and see it, right? But though there are solutions to do stuff now, that used to be a problem. But some blockchains have a solution to those stuffs. And there's the lack of standardization. Like there's nothing standard in a blockchain. There's this, there's that, and other stuff, right? So that's the lack of standardization in a blockchain. So the future of blockchain is like using artificial intelligence and Internet of Things with the blockchain, right? Whereby our queries we are making to this chatbot, we know it is ChatGPT, all this AI, they are taking a lot of data feed from you and they can monitor, they can sell it to people. Oh, this is what these people are thinking of. I can think, okay, this person, you're always typing about this, and based on that, they can even use to track you. Then you'll be seeing some shitty ads in your social media platform. You'll be like, ah, how did they know I want this? You remember I made a Google search about maybe this car, then all of a sudden you'll be seeing that car in your Instagram, in your Twitter, in your YouTube, in your TikTok, and no one understand it because they are taking data from you and they are using it to learn from you and they can even sell it to people. That's the reason why you'll be there, you'll be receiving unnecessary emails and unnecessary SMS because all those simple data about you has been sold to people. They've monetized it and earn nothing from it. And that's also something in blockchain which is cool. There's no way people can just go and take your data and go and monetize it. It's not possible, right, on a blockchain. So, and even with this artificial intelligence and IoT, it is happening. I know some blockchains are doing it out there. That or instead of storing your data on this Web2 style, just store it on the blockchain, right? And yeah, at less cost, and your users are now going to trust you. That you are not going to sell them off. Now, also expansion into governance, which is happening small, healthcare happening small, education sectors happening small, and development of sustainable blockchain system is also happening small because some blockchains come and they go. Then the growth of Web3 and decentralized finance, which is also happening. Growth of Web3 has been massive over the past 3 years. It has been very massive. A lot of people are people got into Web3, and once they understand it, how the blockchain works. So, blockchain is reshaping industries by building trust, transparency, and efficiency. Its potential extend beyond cryptocurrency, which you all know about to transform everyday transaction, right? And if you say transaction on a blockchain, it's not just sending money. Actually, anything you do on a blockchain is called a transaction. Even if it is a message you are sending from A to B, it is a transaction. On a blockchain, it's called a transaction. That's recorded with a timestamp. It's happening at this time, and it's happening between this address and this address, right? So that's some of the stuff of blockchain over here, right? And over here, your data is not being centralized somewhere that they can just go and sell it, right? The data is decentralized, so no, at any point, no one person has access to the data to go and pull everything and make sales out of it, right? So that's one cool thing about the blockchain. So before I end, let me show you how this. So you see, anything that data I take, so let's assume it's a blockchain, right? I want to store high. So this thing means in this hash, right? I stored a particular message in this. So this thing means, is it number ones or something? It's like so. This number has actually stored a particular data, and that data is stored is not high, right? It's not high. So let me refresh. If I refresh this, let me enter high. It is still not doing it. So let me mine this. So you see, it has been stored under what 65009, right? So and 65009 is storing this high. If I should clear just one, you see what happened. You see what just happened.
No, I didn't see it.
So you see this high. Are you seeing it?
Yeah. Yeah.
See the number it has been stored under 5936, right?
Yeah.
And this is the blog hashtag number one, right? So this thing is I store this data under this hash. This is the hash, right? So if I should add another thing, it's going to tell you that this number is not storing this, so it doesn't know it. So you see the green background has changed to red, right? You see
Yeah.
the green
Yeah.
background changing to red.
Yeah.
You see that change to red. But should I go back to the I, you see it has stored it. And even if I should change over here, it's going to error. Because 5939 is not storing I. It's 59396 is storing I. So that's basically how stuff's ashes are being done in the blockchain, right? So if I should go to blockchain, so this is the blockchain, right? Let me type hello here. So I mine hello. So you can see we have the previous to be 00, right? And the hash over here. So check, you see we have 0002 FA F86, right? Do you see that?
Yes.
uh So you can see over here the previous is 0, right? But if you check the previous over here, it has taken the value from here. You see it's also 002 F8631, right? Are we seeing that?
Yes. Yes.
It has taken this value. So if I should come here and come and type party and mine it, you see this over here is the previous hash, and this one has generated a new one, right? And this new
Yeah.
one now becomes the previous for this new block, the block number 3. Are we seeing it?
Yes.
Right?
So that's a chain, right?
Yes, so that's what you call the blockchain, how the blocks are connected, right? So this the hashes from every block always becomes the previous for the new block created, right? So if you actually type new something over hello, how are you? And I should mine it. Mining means the transaction has been submitted to the blockchain. You can see it has stored it on the blockchain under this number in this block, right? And this is the hash to it. And this hash now becomes the new block, which is block number 4. Is going to read it as a previous what? You get it? And if I should come here and change this body, you see all the blocks is showing an error, right? Because maybe whoever is in control, let's say whoever is in control of this block is trying to change the system. You see, only this block is good, but all the other blocks is going to throw an error that hey, someone is trying to what alter with the system, right? And your whatever you're going to do is going to fail. But if you change it to 8 state, everything is supposed to go back to green. You understand how the demo works?
Yeah, I see it. So meaning the if let's see the person. Okay, I get it. I get the idea now. All right.
Do you understand what I just did? I want to see more thumbs up. Okay, good. So basically, that's how transaction transparency, uh, which avoid forging of data and other stuff happens on the blockchain. That's the demo I'm doing over here. And this the what links them is the hash. So you see this hash over here 001DFBB becomes a previous hash for this one, right? 001DF. So how are you? Then maybe I add doing over here, then I send doing to the blockchain. You see, so now it has now stored this. So even as you come here to this hello and change this, all the block is going to be red. No, something fishy is happening. We need to check it, right? And there's no way you can fix it. The moment I click this mine, it will generate a new hash which will link to this. Meaning we are not going to have that data, we are going to have a new data, right? So to get back for the system to run smoothly, you just have to go back to your old and everything works smoothly. So these are the blockchain works, basically. And this is the distributed part of it. between maybe multiple users. So this is user A, this is user B, user C, right? Then we go to how the tokens work, which I've even showed to you on the scan. You send this from this to this, you send this amount, this is the previous, the hash, you see this is linked over here. So basically that's how they are interconnected, right? So you because of time, let me end it over here. Probably I can end at 9:30. So if you have any question, you can let me know. Yeah, Jamie, you can go ahead.
So, yeah, first off, thanks for the presentation. It's quite insightful. Um, I see what else was also looking forward to is being told it does a lot of things. It's a multi-purpose platform, right? So, how do I say I want to work on it? I want to pursue it to, I don't know, um, put some sort of ledger on it, something I want to track openly in public, right? How do I do that? Where do I start from? That's like I don't know if you understand the question.
Oh, okay, I understand it. So it's just like I'm saying, okay, I want to send a message to people. How do I send a message? Where do I start? Okay, they will tell you options available. Okay, there's this platform called WhatsApp. There's this platform called Messenger. There's this platform called Instagram. They have a test. Okay, they say, well, I'll choose WhatsApp. Then you send your message through WhatsApp. So what you have to do is find an application which is on the blockchain, which does what you want to do, and use it to be on the blockchain. So is your question answered?
Yeah, I guess. I mean, yeah, I guess. Yeah.
All right, Mr. Dura, please you can go ahead.
Oh, yes, please. Thank you very much. Short and educative time together. I want to appreciate you for taking your time to explain this one because I myself having some baffles about the in depth of blockchain, how it works, and yeah, I think if the future and back on blockchain, I think there's so much we can achieve and reduce the reduce the possibility of corruption, especially in Africa, which we know our leaders. It will take time, even us in Sierra Leone, we're finding it difficult to even spread the message around, even the awareness, you know, and they will definitely find ways to boycott all this future finance applications because of their selfish. So I think this is well explained, and I think I've gained more new knowledge about blockchain because, yeah, I think this is very educative as well to me. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you very much, and I appreciate you for saying that. Please, anyone else? Uh,
Hey, what's happening? Sorry, I stepped out.
Michael, are you talking to us or you're talking to someone?
Yeah, yeah. I'm asking what. I mean, someone was talking about something and it says, I thought maybe I missed something.
No, you didn't miss anything. We all good. Okay, Jamie, go ahead.
Yeah. Say for the purposes of this is a hypothetical situation, right? So I have an organization and I want to conduct an internal voting system, but it's a small organization. I just wanted it to be open and fair, but not like a public voting something. How? Why would it be ideal for me to? Uh, I mean, let's say we constantly do votings across the organization, so it's going to be more like an internal something. Would it be worth it for me to build an internal blockchain system how different would it be from a regular database? And
Oh,
that's if it would be ideal to build an internal localized a local blockchain system. Is
oh
my
yeah,
question.
yeah. That's a very good question. I appreciate you for asking that and even thinking about something like that. So yeah, like I made mention, it's more of transparency, right? And you want to make something just based on the organizations, right? So let's say there are two platforms that exist that people can use to vote and you can check metrics, right? But some of these things people can just hijack, enter into systems and they'll enter some votes, right? You know, people can hack these systems. But what makes the blockchain and because you are just doing to some small particular people, every voting has a registry, right? Are you hearing me?
Yeah.
Yeah. So probably you will have a system that has a registry, right? And that registry is what people vote through, right? So you make the votes private, and those who are allowed to vote from your company, you just add them. If anybody outside the company tries to vote, there's no way it's going to allow them to vote, right? And one beautiful thing about it, like you can even lock the vote to the voting period, and then we show the vote outcome, right? Because sometimes probably showing the real time can influence people's votes, right? You understand what I'm trying to say? Because I built such a system when I was learning the blockchain I work with, right? I built such a system when I was learning how to use it, and so let me show it to you, so it doesn't be like I'm just talking saying something. So this is it, right? This is it. So if you want to, so that's a ballot system, right? People want to vote, right? But you have to be an admin before you can create vote or something, right? So if I should connect a wallet with an admin, right? So see there's the admin right over here. So this admin can create proposals for people to vote. So the title of our vote, the description, and the expiration, right? And so this is the expiration. Then whether the vote is private or public, you got them registered over here. You get it?
Yeah. Yeah, I guess it.
Yes. So if I should go to ballots over here, right? And a vote is private, you see it is written on top private, right? So since this vote is private, if I'm not in the registry of this company, I can just see that oh it is there, but I cannot vote on it. You get it?
Yeah, I get it. But does that mean that the person outside a company can see who is voting for who?
No, it's logged. You can't see who voted for who. Or you can see that a vote, like I told you, some stuff. So it's depending on the person writing the contract. So you encrypt it. All shows like a vote has occurred, but whether party A voted for this person, you don't know. So you can see this thing, right? Only I know who I voted for. You get it? Only you, the person who voted, know who you voted for. But on the actual blockchain, you don't know who you voted for. Or it records that a vote has occurred. You get it? So that one is logic,
Yeah.
right? So it's more of logic. Even in our normal systems, it's logic people write to hide that. So if you don't write a logic call, you are the one exposing it. So you are the one to write the logic, not to expose those stuffs. You get what I'm trying to say? So that one, yes, it depends on you, the programmer writing that code.
Okay. Okay, so like I have a follow-up question, right? So you were saying somewhere that blockchains are not built to be scalable, or some blockchains are not built to be scalable. It's
Yeah.
difficult to scale some. So is let's say too many people hop on the system, and it's for lack of a better word, it's stripped, right? What happens to the data that's on the blockchain?
I
Is it
don't
going to?
I don't understand what I'm trying to say. I don't understand the question.
Is it like say too many people hop on the blockchain, right? And is the limitation on the number of people, active users at a go, or the limitations on the amount of data it can store?
Yeah, amount is the transaction per second. So Ethereum is just like 14 or 13 transactions per second. And imagine the number of people in the world who are sending a WhatsApp message every second. And you are telling me that blockchain can only process 15 transactions per second. And meaning, if I should send a transaction, it's going to pen this. For do you get this idea of scalability I'm talking about? If you say scalability, like if you're a software engineer, we talk about this, some of the issues with software. That's the reason why some of these systems that we use, you enter inside and the website jams because those websites are not scalable and they cannot hold the amount of requests coming in the per second. You understand what I'm trying to say?
Oh, okay. So the limitation is not on the data it can hold,
No,
but on
no,
the
no, no.
processing time.
It's on the processing of the transaction, not the data it can hold. The data it can hold is as there are more node how do we call them? People that mine miners, or should I say miners? As there are more people that are having these nodes, the more data it is, and we can always add plenty nodes to it. You get it?
Okay.
Yeah.
So now let's say I'm a node, right? And I'm just trying to understand the system. I'm a node, and then I come to join the system with, say, maybe 16 gigs of storage, because I assume or I imagine that the processed transaction has to be stored somewhere, right? So is it going to take up physical space on my storage? One, if it is going to take up physical storage on my device, what happens when my physical storage runs out?
So that's the reason why when you are running a node, there are requirements. So you cannot just go and run a node. There are requirements for running a node. So once that process solves this issue,
Okay.
you- and one thing about the new blockchains, unlike Bitcoin that is using proof of work, is they use proof of stake. In order to protect people's accounts, you stake money, and that money that you stake is a huge money to tell us that oh you are not going to alter because once you try to change something you are going to lose so much than what you are trying to change, right? And even for you to change you cannot do it alone. You need like 70% of the people to come into agreement. Do you get what I'm trying to say? And
Yeah.
imagine because you just want to change some $10 to $100 you have to lose 1 billion. Are you ready to do that?
I mean,
Are you ready to do that? So if you try to harm the blockchain, you are going to lose more. You are just changing one particular transaction, and you are going to lose more. And it's not like you are changing every transaction, just one. And for every one transaction you are changing, you are losing 1 billion. Are you ready to do that?
high stakes, high rewards.
Yeah. So that's what proof of stake came in blockchain to make it more secure. And the more node miners you have, the more secure the more secure the blockchain become because now the more higher power, right? If it was 10 people, 10 nodes running, meaning we need 7 people to take down the blockchain. But right now it is 1,000 people, and these 1,000 people, you don't know who is who because they are just scattered around the world. You get it?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks.
And Ethereum has been running for the 10 years since Ethereum started. It has been running for 10 years non-stop. Meanwhile, within these 10 years, Google has shut down AWS. Even AWS just last 3 days, it went off. Facebook has been bagging, X has been bagging, Instagram. And till today, Ethereum, since Ethereum started, it has never gone down. It is always on, running 247. There's no point in time that there has been a failure in Ethereum. They will do protocol upgrade and everything, and still the blockchain will be running. That's the power of blockchain. So, any other question? All right. So, if there's no question, I'll just say thank you very much for showing up. I appreciate spending my night with you guys. All right. Bye. Have a nice evening. See you all on the 1st of November at Academic City, right? I'll look forward to seeing most of you over there.
Thank
Yeah.
you so much, Lion, for being here today. I, for one, learned a lot about blockchain. I really didn't have any idea about it, and because of you, I got to know so much about it. We are really grateful for such an
All right. Thank you. You are welcome for that. And there's more to it.
I want to remind everyone that
Lion,
second
why are you by the seaside?
Pardon?
There's too much air blowing. I don't know where you are standing.
I'm not home. I'm on the beach side.
please,
It's
I like
Saturday. It's
remind
Saturday.
everyone
It's
of Tech
Saturday.
and Beyond Expo happening next week Saturday, and we are going to have more sessions, and Web3 will be part of it. So I'm hoping to see, or anyone who hasn't registered yet should kindly register. The link will be in the chat session. So please register if you haven't registered for Tech and Beyond Expo. Thank you so much, Lion. Good night, everyone.
Hello. Can anyone hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yeah, what's up?
Okay. Yeah. Is Zenas on the call? I think I had an
No,
agreement with him.
he's not on the call right now.
Okay. So I've spoken to Zenas, and I'm already in the InnovoTech group. I'll
Okay.
communicate there.